Hello everyone and welcome. This is Olga from It Is Already Yours, and today I'm going to talk about the truth about manifesting. And in many ways it is such a very single truth. It is the single simplest truth. Now, I'm not going to call this a technique or a concept because it's very much not a concept, because a concept comes from the ego mind, and this is far beyond the ego mind. It is a universal truth. This is considered to be the law of attraction or the law of vibration. So what I'm going to discuss is that you manifest what you are. And if you can try to really understand this one simple single truth, if you really let it sink in on a deep cellular level, you'll be able to manifest anything you want. I'm also going to cover if you're struggling to manifest what you want. So if you're able to manifest particular things easily maybe, but maybe not other category of things very easily, it might have to do with this very simple truth. So I'm going to dive into that as well. Before I do dive in though, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video. Your support means absolutely everything to me. So let's dive into this really important, beautiful topic. And I'm sure this is not the first time you've heard this, but the reason I'm speaking about this truth is because it's the one thing for us to understand that's so important, really, is because it is the truth of manifesting. And it's so profound that it truly helps take your manifesting to a completely different level. This truth is: you are what you manifest. So if you are perhaps struggling to manifest, if you do make this tweak and you start manifesting from this perspective, you may just see some very different results appear in your reality. So if there is something that you're struggling to manifest, and this is quite common, and the most common things people kind of struggle to manifest with are relationships, whether that's a specific person or a new person, also money. And the reason why people can struggle to manifest these particular things rather than other things is because we have a lot more limiting beliefs around these subjects, and we can spend more time thinking not so positively about these subjects, which can make our deeply rooted beliefs become even more deeply rooted in our subconscious mind. So it can be a little more easy to manifest things that are less important to us because we don't send any negative type energy towards them. And for that reason, we don't have as much resistance because we're kind of just commanding towards them. We're claiming them and creating them, and there's not so much attachment to the outcome. But these other things, such as relationships and money, and maybe a couple of other things that people typically struggle with most, and that's okay if you haven't yet mastered manifesting these type of things yet, but you can really shift that completely. And one of the ways to really start to understand how this manifesting thing actually works is as simple as understanding that life is going to reflect back what you think you are in here. This is why you manifest what you are. Do we manifest sometimes what we think? Yes, of course. Do we manifest what we deeply feel about? Yes, of course. Like, we do have fleeting thoughts that manifest. We do. We have fleeting feelings that manifest, yes. But to create an ongoing life experience that reflects what you actually truly want on an ongoing life experience on a day-to-day basis, that reflects what you actually desire in here, the only thing you need to do is step into the person who is already the person that has the thing you desire. You step into that person internally. So the person who has what you desire thinks particular thoughts, feels particular feelings, and she or he is a particular person. You're just a completely different person if you already have what you truly desire, and you're a different person if you don't have what you desire. What you think and feel, if you're single, for example, is a very particular thing compared to if you identify yourself as being in a relationship. Fully knowing you're going to be in a relationship, you think and feel particular things. So those two scenarios are completely different, and you think and feel completely differently depending on what scenario you believe yourself to be in. So a lot of times people can go wrong is with manifesting is that they get caught up in certain techniques, doing techniques without changing the self, their self-concept in here. But if we go back to this statement that is super profound, and it's probably written in like every single spiritual text ever, and it's the absolute truth of manifesting, and that is: you manifest what you are. Some version of this is written to some degree in like all the spiritual texts and manifesting books. You manifest what you are. If you're doing techniques, but you're not changing who you are in here, so maybe the techniques are affirmations or visualizations, and these are extremely powerful tools. But if you're still thinking and consistently living like a single person or not having money without knowing and believing that you're going to be in that relationship or have money, then you haven't really changed who you are. So I have found that the simplest, fastest, most efficient, most fun, most fulfilling way to manifest is to change who you are in here, who you believe you are. And when you fundamentally change who you are inside here, your manifestation has to show up out there. It just has to. You manifest what you are. So let's look at this a little more closely in terms of manifesting a relationship, because the question might come up, well, how do I become a person who's in a relationship if I'm not actually in a relationship in this my current reality? How do I step into the version of myself that's in a relationship if I'm not actually right now? How do I pretend? Do I pretend? Is that what I do? Do I pretend that I'm in a relationship? Do I just act as if I'm in a relationship? Do I just completely saturate myself with imaginable acts all day long or affirmations to feel like I'm in a relationship? So these are all very fair questions. And the way I do this myself is that I continuously bring back myself to the inner state of what I desire. So the felt experience of being in a relationship, I bring myself into that state several times a day. For sure, like when I have some downtime, I'll just imagine it. Imagine like being partnered in a beautiful romantic relationship. I'll imagine my man and all the wonderful things he's doing. So you would tap into whatever feels good to you so that you get into the felt experience of being in a relationship in here. What does that feel like? So yes, I would do that several times a day, but more importantly, what I would do in combination with that is just knowing and trusting that it's going to happen, that I've claimed it. It is done. It's already mine. You're a changed person if you already know it's done, that it's going to happen, like it's done, it's mine. This is the perfect practice of knowing it is done. Okay, so conversely, if you're perpetually feeling like you are single and not in a relationship, and you're kind of identified with being single, maybe a little bit lonely, then that's exactly what you're going to manifest. However, if you want to start identifying with, I know my relationship is coming, I know it's done, I know it's on its way, I feel it, I feel myself in a beautiful, loving relationship, I feel my partner's energy coming towards me, I can imagine this and feel it in here, I know it's done, it's coming, and you literally feel it, you change. If you land there, it's not necessarily doing all these types of different techniques all day long. You don't have to do any more techniques. If you know in here that it's done and you know that it's coming, there's nothing else you need to do. The only thing to do is persist in the knowing that it's done and it's coming for you. You'll not take no for an answer because it's yours. Your desire is yours. And so you still do change your state of being from perpetually feeling like you're single to this, it's totally done, I'm in a relationship state of being. So in the 3D, when you're looking in your current reality, you're not maybe in the relationship in this exact moment, but you're still considered living in the end because you know it just will be, it's done. If you know you are the person who's going to be in this relationship, then it's already done. And that is living in the end. That's living in the wish fulfilled. There's no need for any other techniques per se. So again, back to the original topic. You are what you manifest. You manifest what you are. So make contact with and explore that internally by dropping into your heart space right in here and just really feel into it. Who would I be if I had my desire? How would I feel different than I feel right now? What would I be thinking differently? There's a different type of feeling of the you that has your desire. There's a feeling tone and there's just a state of being of that person who is already there. You make contact and you feel that state of being like, oh yeah, this is me that already has a relationship. This is what it feels like to be the me in the relationship. This is what it feels like to be the me who has the money. And when you make that contact with that inner state in here, that version of you, you change. And then your work after that is just to know this, trust this. Oh yeah, this is the new me. This is the new reality that I'm already living in. I am the person who has, and you can fill in the blank of right here of what you want, because we manifest what we are. And from there, when it's in here, it has to manifest in your reality out there. So again, this style of manifesting is much more successful, in my opinion, because when we change who we are, when we're not doing technique on top of technique, instead you learn how to shift your knowing of yourself through kind of this inner mastery, is learning how to tune into your own truth and really mold and shape it in here to become who you're meant to be. So when we learn how to do that, it's totally effortless. There's no techniques. No techniques are needed when you just know who you are. You know what is yours. It is already done. It's already mine. Okay, so thank you so much for being here with me. If you did find this video helpful, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and like this video, and even comment below if you feel called to do so. I am sending you so much love and light, and I'll see you soon. Bye.